morning, Kidwell Park friends. I hope you've had a great week. I know some of you have maybe been back in school for about I think we're finishing up our third week of school. And then others of you have just started back to school. And I just really hope that things are getting easier. I know it's not the same being online and not seeing your friends, but hang in there. We're all going to get through it. It's hard stuff right now. Today's lesson follows up with last week. Last week you started off in Psalms 139 and you went through the verses, and it was talking about how God is always going to seek us out. He's going to pursue us, and that He knows our journey. He knows our paths. And today now we're skipping into how it's being recognized that we are God's masterpiece. And so I want to read to you the verses, and then I have a couple of neat ways to explain what they're talking about in these verses. So our chapter is Psalms 139, verses 13 through 16. And so I'll read it to you, and then we'll go from there. It says, "For you formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, my soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was being made in secret, intricately woven in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them, the days that were formed for me, when as yet there was none of them." So what it's talking about is recognizing that God made us. And this is King David talking. And when he's talking, he's not complaining about how he was made. He's saying, I'm in awe. I am in awe of how you created me. And I kind of want to show you a couple ways just to remember how amazing God is in His creation of us. So one of my favorite things, and I hope you can see it, is I do like to make cookies, and especially around Christmas time, I do a lot of using of cookie cutters and just have a lot of fun with it. I'm sure you guys like to do that too, decorating cookies. Today I decided I was going to pull out my Play-Doh, and I rolled it out, but I do have my cookie cutter. And it's my gingerbread man, and so I'm just going to go ahead and make up a couple of gingerbread cookies. And I think I'll make like 5 of them. In my family, there was 5 kids. All right, so then you guys know what to do with when you're doing cookies or all that. You have to separate it from the dough. So there's number 1. And here comes number 2. And here comes my 3rd one. Yep. Sometimes you have to pick it apart, huh? There's number 3. And here comes my number 4. 4. And then 5. So I was mentioning to you that I had 5 brothers and sisters. And I'm going to tell you what, we did not look all the same as these guys do. To see how they're all the same. They're same because I used a cookie cutter to make them. But in my family, I had 2 brothers and 3 sisters. And one of my brothers and sisters, they had red hair. 2 of my brothers and sisters had really, really dark brown hair. And then my hair was blonde. And we all looked so different. Some of my 2 brothers and sisters that had red hair, oh my goodness, they got a lot of freckles and they burned all the time when they were in the sun. And then my brothers and sisters who had the dark brown hair, they never got a tan at all. They just stayed really light skinned. And then I had the brown hair and my skin would tan a lot. So we looked very different. And then on top of that, we all liked different things. And I guess that's what I want to remind you of, is that when God makes us, He doesn't use a cookie cutter. Each one of us is a unique design, and he took a lot of thought in it when he was making us. But beyond that, where how God hasn't made a cookie cutter, there was a verse here, and I want you to listen to it, and I'm going to explain to you like how much this means. It says, "For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb." Now, I am totally not the best knitter, but I like to knit. But I tell you what, you guys, I'm limited to washcloths and scarves. This is about all I can do. But good thing that my friends love these washcloths, because they're great. They're made out of cotton, and you can throw them in the wash, and you can just reuse them, and they really like them. But I tell you what, and I'm going to show you, I'm about halfway through knitting one. Takes a while. It's slow. It'd be way faster to go buy my friends some washcloths. But for me, I like to make things for my friends, and I like to knit. And when you knit, what you're doing is you're taking yarn and putting two pieces together. I mean, this is just started off like this, and then it makes this. You're taking pieces of yarn together and making it into something new. Kind of the reason, and I think this is why David used explained how we were created, about being knitted together, is that knitting does take time, and you have to really concentrate. And so when it takes time, like for me, when I'm knitting a washcloth, I'm thinking of my friends who I'm making it for. So not only is it my hands creating something like this, but my heart really does go into it too. And I really treasure that knitting time. I'm hoping someday I can graduate from washcloths and maybe make something more exciting. But for now, this is what it's going to have to do. But you know, the thought of God knitting me together, that's really a pretty neat picture in my mind, because I know he didn't hurry, and he really thought about me, and he took the time and made me into something amazing. So I hope that one sticks to you. There was a word in here that I wanted to explain a little bit more to you. And do you remember where it said, "For I am fearfully"? So it's kind of like, let me read that to you. It says, "I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Well, when you hear the word fearfully, you're thinking, it's kind of scary. But no, what that actually word is meaning in this reference is like, wow, it's amazing. So if you were to take that wow word and you go, "For I am amazingly and wonderfully made." Isn't that pretty cool? And I think that when you can recognize that God didn't use a cookie cutter to make you, because he made us, but he didn't use a cookie cutter. He created us, he knitted us together uniquely. And sometimes, like if you look at your friends, you might go, "Oh, I wish I had their curly hair," or "Man, look how tall he is. I want to be tall like that." But if you can remember that you were made, that you are a unique design, and you are wonderfully made, you don't need to compare. You are a unique design, and continue to love yourself and love the Creator. I hope you have an amazing week, and bless your hearts, and we will see you soon. Take care. Bye.